Hello, everyone. I am taking the charge this week because Chad has so much to talk about for this movie review. He did not want to waste it on these silly openings. I'm Matt.
I'm Fran.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Chad. And I want to open by sharing that no one wanted to watch this week's movie, but we're all professionals and we put the podcast over our personal feelings. Did we have a change of heart towards Netflix's You People? Find out on the 93rd episode of We Used to Talk About This at Work. Alright, gang. So we got Fran here, we got Rachel here, Matt's here, of course, and I'm not sure who listened to it, but Rachel stayed up until the almost the crack of midnight with me, and we recorded a bonus episode of the podcast, talking about the Oscar nominations. And on it, I was like, "Who in the fuck is this Andrea Riseborough, and where does she get off getting this Best Actress nomination?" And so I watched her movie, Dear Leslie, and I was like, "Goddamn!" Like, I posted a story about it on our Instagram. I was crying by the end of that shit. Like, fucking powerful. Um, like right
Wait,
out
hold
the
on.
gate.
What part made you cry?
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, remember, like I told you, once I listened to it, you was like you're gonna watch it or rewatch it. I was like, oh, let me check this out too.
Well, I didn't know if you were actually gonna watch it. So, I was like, all right, I know how this is gonna go. Her son's gonna come in at the end, and they're gonna reconcile. And her son came in at the end, and they reconciled. And I was like, God damn, movie, you fucking got me. You fucking bastard, you got me. No, no good.
I mean, let's go back. Yes, she was acting her ass off. Uh, she played the role perfectly to the T of an alcoholic, absentee mother, everything else like that. Um, but I didn't like that part about how he came back. I didn't like the happy ending for this movie.
Happy-ish ending, yeah.
And then I also thought like the dude, the one who owned the motel, like he just got money like that to renovate that diner.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got his money sitting around.
Look, I'll say this: that for me, that was the best movie I saw in 2023.
Well, you haven't
Ooh,
seen Puss in Boots, so that's okay.
No, I agree. I agree. I'm saying of the handful of movies I saw in 2023, that was the best.
that's the one to beat.
And so like I was like, you know what? She deserves that Oscar nomination. So let me shut the fuck up. And I was like,
Hmm.
I was prepared to come on this podcast and eat crow. And then a couple days ago, we learned that the Oscars, they're actually putting in an investigation into her nomination, because there's a rule that says that when you're campaigning for an award, you cannot disparage another potential, like another actor. Or let me rephrase that: someone else that is eligible for your category, because it's not necessarily like if you're a director, you can't shit on another director. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And so apparently, the wife of the director of To Leslie, she is an actress, and she hit up all of her famous friends to like watch the movie and plug the movie on their like social media. And there's like whole screenshots from emails that she's been sending out, and like celebrities have been like making social media posts like on Instagram and stuff, saying, "Oh my God, she's gonna fucking she deserves this nomination over like somebody like Viola Davis or so forth and so on," like specifically naming other people that could be eligible for said award, and that is a violation of like the Oscars, the
Hmm.
process. So I learned that I was having trouble finding it, but apparently they have rescinded nominations 9 times over the course of the over the history of the Oscars. But I couldn't get
Hmm.
like the specifics of like who and when and what. But yeah, we live in an unprecedented times, right? Last year, we had the whole slap incident, and we literally might get an actor pulled out of a fucking nomination.
I'm here for it.
I'm listening.
No, I'm just, I root for chaos. So if they're cheating and things like that and not doing the rules, then yeah, rescind it.
I mean, here's the thing though: the actress, from what I understand, didn't have anything to do with this. Like, she's just, she did her job, and then I'm sure she's working on another movie right now. And then all of a sudden, she gets a phone call at 4 in the morning saying, "Hey, you were nominated for an award," and that's outside of her control.
All right, I found a list of movies.
Oh, cool.
Um, I don't have time to read the reason why. The first time was The Circus in 1928. Um, the second one is Hondo in 1953. Oh, here we go.
No,
So Hondo 1953. John Wayne. It's a John Wayne Western. It was nominated for Best Story. The film was later disqualified when discovered that the script was based on a short story called The Grift of
so they
Cochise and not
so
original work.
they plagiarized, yeah.
Yeah, then next one is 1955 High Society,
Oh,
starring Bing Crosby and Grace Kelly. The only problem is they didn't write the musical. They wrote something else. They confused the two movies together.
Is there
So that's
anything more
why
recent?
Young Americans 1960. Ooh, The Godfather
What?
1972.
What they do?
Uh, it was nominated for Best Original Dramatic Score, but it was later revoked when the Academy learned that Rhoda used some of his own score from the 1958 comedy. So yeah. A Place in the World in 1992. Have you heard of
Never
this?
heard of that. No.
mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
It was removed because it was a Argentine film, and Uruguay had insufficient artist control of its production. The director asked neighboring Uruguay to submit the film on his behalf.
Mm.
Tuba Atlantic 2010. Um, it was nominated for Best Live Action Film in 2012. It later rescinded after discovered that the film aired on Norwegian television before its theatrical release, which is against the
Oh.
Academy's rules.
Oh, so that's a TV movie.
And then two more left. Alone Yet Not Alone, 2013.
Don't know that one.
It was discovered that the song's composer and the executive committee had emailed members of the branch to make them aware of the submission during the voting period. Would go so kind of like the same thing, goes along the Academy rules.
Mm-hmm.
And last one is 13 Hours in 2016. This is the John Krasik, the guy from the Office.
Krasinski.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
And,
yeah. I
and
remember that
directed by
one.
Michael Bay. It earned a single Oscar nomination for Best Achievement in Sound Mixing. As a rescinded it because of telephone lobbying.
What?
So,
Oh,
so
okay. They were on the phone saying, "Hey, vote for my shit."
yeah. So basically, it comes down to all of that stuff. Yeah. Basically, the
Okay.
same thing with this is.
So, did anybody have any thoughts about this situation?
I mean, it sucks for that actress, right?
Right.
But she ain't do shit. She was in there chilling. She did her
Right.
job
And she kept
and
it
went
moving.
home. Like she kept
She
it
she
moving.
did like that. Like, there was no buzz in any of Oscars is like the Super Bowl of awards. So you got like the producers awards, the directors guild, Golden Globes. It wasn't nominated for none of that shit. So she just living her life, and then she's like, "Wait, I'm getting an Oscar, maybe?"
Right, right. And then here we go. Now my friend trying to help just
Fucked
fucked me
everything
over.
up.
And I might not get another one of these.
You don't have to when you're trying to bring yourself up, but you don't have to tear nobody down. You could have did the
Right.
exact same thing you was doing,
Right.
but you didn't have to bring nobody else's name into this.
All she had to do was pull a Michelle Obama, go high. All she had to do
Right.
was go high.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But hey, maybe Viola or that woman from Teal will get the nomination if they disqualify her.
I
Right.
mean, I would hope that Viola would get it, considering like with Woman King, how much work and things it took just to even make that movie, it would help to get the recognition
Right.
for that movie. And it's not like it was a bad movie. That's my thing. Like it was a bad movie. You're just like, yeah, I hope it gets the Oscar nod. You're like, did we watch the same movie?
Right, right,
No.
right. Oh, wait, are we throwing shade on Blonde? Is that what's happening right now?
Huh?
Who?
Who?
Say
Me?
what? Yeah, that was some trash. So I guess let's just roll into the show proper though. So, first thing out of the gate, I want to say congratulations, Fran.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Exciting times. Yep.
Yes,
For the
very
audience
exciting
out
times.
there, me and my husband are expecting. I am about to hit my second trimester. And so now I'm literally sitting here around this new house that he tricked me into buying.
Yeah, that's what
That
happened.
was perfect for us being nice and single. And I was sitting here going, oh shit, once we hit toddler age, we can't keep this. We only got a short period of time to try to fix up some stuff and make this safe. I don't know
What's the
about them.
problem?
So one of the things about the house that I don't get me wrong, like I like, but it's not like major. It's really open, but like with the staircase, it has a bunch of just wires to like
What?
so think like the spindles that you would normally have like in the staircase. It's wiring. And I don't know how to explain it. It's like industrial wiring. It's an industrial feel, if that
Wait,
makes sense.
Oh.
you got a fucking fire hazard over there?
No, but I definitely have like a hazard for a little kid. Most definitely.
You mean like
So
metal wire, not like
yeah,
electric wire?
yes,
Yeah.
metal wire. So like it's things like that where I'm like, so we're gonna take some like pool noodles and put them
And
over
just wrap
there.
it
Like
around.
like what we gonna do? Because we got to figure out what we gonna do. So we have that. Like we basically have two living areas. That's just separated by a stair because it's just like a bi-level. But I'm like, yeah, this bottom level about to be this kid's whole playground because that's all we got. That's all we got. Um, so I'm over here like thinking on kind of on that stuff. My husband's brain works a little different. So he's like pondering on all this like real big stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's lovely. But can we talk about this in the immediate? Like, what name do you want to name this little person? I don't how about we look at the small stuff, right? Like, we're gonna have to call him something besides,
Right.
nuggets, peanut,
Hey, you.
that
Right.
little thing, right? Like we gonna have to call make some names up or something. I don't know. So
Wait,
yes,
so you know that you're having a boy, or did I miss something?
I don't know yet. Like it's the universal dude, the things like that. But I'll find that out probably in the next like few weeks or
Do you
so.
do you have any kids right now?
No, so this
Oh,
will
so
be
you're
both of our
first.
first child.
Do
Um,
you have a preference?
I literally do not care. I do not care one way or another. My husband doesn't care one way or another. Um, we're literally just sitting here going, yeah. Okay, so what's our savings looking like?
Right.
Matt,
Well, we got
Matt,
a
did
house.
you
That
have a
helps.
Matt? Did you have a preference?
Yes. I wanted a boy because in my mind I wanted to have a boy and then a couple of years later have a girl for them to have in my mind, have the older brother look out for his sister type of thing. That's what I wanted.
Trying to recreate your childhood.
It's okay.
Something
See,
like that. Yeah.
that's the way me and my brother were. He's older. But I'm a little bit more violent than he is. So like anytime he got in trouble, like anytime he got into something, I was right there and I was like, I don't care. I don't care how small I am.
Right.
I'll whoop your ass.
See, exactly. That's why I wanted to where if some girl was trying to play him in school, he ain't gonna hit her, but he gonna be like, let me go get my sister.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's fair.
It's on site. All you gotta do is point them out.
So sad.
Right.
I wanted a girl because I'd always imagined you know how TV and stuff says that teenage girls hate their moms but they love their dads, and so like when shit gets hot, I was like, yeah, yeah. See, your mama not your friend. I'm your friend. You want that new iPhone? I got you, girl. See, your mama don't want you to have these nice things, but I do.
So you want to bribe your little girl? I got you.
Yep. So far so good.
So to the parents in the room, like any parenting advice that you wish you knew starting out?
So here's my thing. In my experience, I'm just gonna use an I statement. People are full of shit. Like when they're like, "Oh my goodness, the child, it's gonna be a lot of work, but it's gonna be so rewarding." Now, granted, I'm only 2.5 years in, but like those couple weeks when you first get home are fucking rough. Like, don't let anybody sugarcoat that shit. You're gonna be sleep deprived. You and your husband are gonna be snapping at each other. Like, it's inevitable because y'all tired. And it's like you can't fucking regulate those emotions. So it's just like go into it and just, be like, hey, we gonna be fighting for a little minute because this shit's rough, but same team.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
But yeah, that shit's rough especially at the beginning, and I hope that your child is a good sleeper.
Well, according to my grandmother, if they're anything like me, it's probably not going to be the case. Yeah.
In order to get to heaven, you have to go through hell type of thing to where Chad is talking about the hell, but during those hell moments, there is little glimpses of heaven in there too, where they are not being a demon and they're sleeping, and you're going to be looking at them, you're going to be like, wow, we created this. Mm-hmm. And then later on, they will be a demon and everything. And then once they start, say 3, 4, when they start getting a personality, that's when more you're like, okay, I can see what it is to where like little things will make you happy. Like, for example, I got my son a phone probably about a year ago, and it's little things to where he'll say, like, say if he's off school one day and I have to go to work, he'll text me and be like, Dad, have a good day, I love you. And I'll be like, oh, that's nice. But then other times he'll text me about some video game shit, and then I'll be like, no, this is not nice. Why the fuck are you texting me at work? So, give and take a little bit.
I got you. Yeah.
No, so like when you're like, it's that they're beautiful and all this shit, every time I looked at my daughter when she was little, I would just put this in the group chat. It reminded me of like the little aliens from Men in Black, the ones that like control those bodies.
Yeah.
Because it's like the way she was moving, like when she was first born, she looked like a fucking animatronic. Like you don't look real. Mm-hmm. And like I find that weird.
Another thing I'm thinking of is like when you have like a baby shower and things like that. Mm-hmm. Diapers, and diapers.
Yeah, like when,
yeah. You would never have enough diapers, so the more the merrier and everything else like that. Get a diaper genie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when she put it on the outline, I was like, oh shit. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get her like some diapers, and I'm gonna this and that, and I was like, hold up, I don't even know if I'm getting invited to that shit. Let me reel it in.
I accept all gifts, even if
but now like that's the first thing I thought of was like diapers, and everybody want to fucking buy infant diapers and shit. It's like, no, you want yourself a collection. Like you want infant, you want 1s, you want 2s and 3s, maybe not 4s. I don't know how big your baby gonna be, But
I don't know, maybe she want to go the old school route and get those reusable diapers.
Nobody's scraping poop off a diaper, man.
I've worked at CNA way too long for me to be cleaning up other people's shit that way again.
Right.
I'm good. Yep. So for all the listeners out there, if you have parenting advice, please, go ahead and send it to the We Used to Talk pod Insta or email.
I love the plugin. I love the plugin.
And they will shoot it right onto me.
But what's this bullshit about anime you want to talk about?
First of all, anime is not bullshit just because you don't enjoy it like that.
It is. It's some bullshit. It's some straight bullshit.
Like quit playing.
I'm dead ass right
anime,
now. Right?
Like no. Like it is winter anime season. There's a couple of season 2s that I love that came out. So like one of them is called Misfit Demon Team, right? And so what got me in this what got me into this one was first episode. The main character is so disrespectful to just these people who are just rude to him. Like he's just disrespectful. Like they were rude. He was like, "Bet I can match your energy and go forth." And that's what happened. And it's just awesome ever since. Like like nothing bad really is gonna happen. We're just like, ah, yes, beat their ass. We love it. So now we get a season 2 of that. But yeah, so it's winter anime season. I get to watch all the crappy isekais that I like, um, which are basically a truck kills somebody in our world and they get sent to another world.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Um, so it's things like that. So I do love anime season because now, like, literally throughout the week, I'd be like, all right, I get to watch this and this on this day, and this on this day, and this on this day. Like, it goes back to those old, like, I'm about to sit in front of the TV and watch this episode of something.
Takes you back to your childhood.
Yeah. So it brings me back instead of binging everything at once in one setting.
Are we trying to start an argument with Matt? Because we can do that.
First of all, don't do me. You know, me and Matt half the time are not on the same page with anything.
That's right. So we don't have to force it. It's gonna come natural.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I don't mind stirring that pot, all right?
Well, I was going to wait to share this once I finished it, but since you brought this up, I thought about Chad for you is there's a thing on Netflix. I don't know if it's on American Netflix. I think it is though. But it's called Japanese Tales of the Macabre. And basically
yeah, it is.
So basically it's like what is that thing? Black Mirror type of thing? Not Black Mirror, but yeah, Black Mirror type of thing. They're
Black
all
Mirror,
horror
Twilight Zone.
It's all like horror stories, but it's each episode is a different creator and storyline and things like that. So you get like a 15-20 minute episode of one story, another one like that, and it looks to be all different types of anime styles. So I was going to wait because I watched the first 3 episodes, so I was going to wait to finish it. But that might be something you like horror, and it's only like 20-30 minutes, so you might enjoy it.
All right, I will check an episode out this weekend, and I will text you.
Okay, on episode 3, it's about an ice cream truck, and so now we're into this. I was going to say this, but now we're into it, so let's talk about it. So, why hasn't there been any horror movies about an ice cream man?
So there is I can't answer that question, but there is a fairly popular comic about a ice cream man.
Oh, I did not know that. But once I watched the episode, I was like, that just seems like a very easy concept to understand. A traveling person, if you don't want him to do kids or whatever, you can have him do teenagers or even adults, or we can upgrade it to a food truck or something like that to where he's a killer. I thought that would be a good idea.
It'd be real easy. I mean, you could have a whole serial killer just serving up some stuff. I mean, there've been like drug dealers with ice cream trucks, but
right.
Okay, so the comic is called Ice Cream Man, and it's like an anthology type thing also, but each of them is centering around this ice cream man that might be a demon.
Okay, just something I thought about. Yeah, but once you watch the episode, let me know what you think.
So you want me to watch episode 3 specifically, or just watch episode 1?
Well, I want you to watch the whole series, but if I had to pick one, I'll go with the Ice Cream Man one.
And
let me double check.
Just in case the order is different in America.
Let's see. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. Episode 2, The Story of the Mysterious Tunnel Ice Cream Bus.
All right, I got you. I will watch that, and I will text you afterwards.
All right.
All right, so Rachel, you've been awful quiet.
I was waiting my turn.
Waiting your turn, okay. So what you been up to?
Well, this week I went to see a musical with my mom. And it was called Six. Have any of you heard of it?
No.
Yes.
No. Yes.
I'm,
Chad, I knew you had.
yeah, I'm actually well. Yeah, that's fair. I've been talking about wanting to go for the last year, and Rachel didn't want to fucking get me tickets, but
Sorry.
I'm going, and I'll tell y'all who I went with next week.
All
It
right.
wasn't Rachel.
Well, it was really good. I definitely recommend it. I thought the music was really fun. The whole vibe was really fun, and I had a great time. I'm not sure if like my mom didn't like it as much, so I don't know if it is skews younger, but basically it's about Henry VIII, the King of England's 6 wives, and they are basically competing for who got the worst treatment from him and should be crowned like the winner. But they battle it out like in a pop concert kind of way. So it's really fun.
So it
It's
sounds
not
like
like
a jukebox. Is it a jukebox type musical?
No,
Or
it's all original music.
oh, that's what's up.
I thought it was kind of like it was framing it as like they're all like a girl band, kind of like here's kind of like you're going to like a Spice Girls concert.
Right. No, it definitely doesn't. I mean, they have a couple songs that they all sing together, and then when, one girl is singing her main part, they do backup vocals. So they're always all singing together, but they're not necessarily always singing as a group. They're kind of trying to one up each other. And the program was really fun too, like the playbill, because it had like a little tidbit about each wife and kind of which pop stars they used the inspiration for that song.
Oh,
So I thought it was really fun. So I definitely recommend it to, yeah, pretty much anyone, unless you don't like pop/Broadway music.
so
I
not
guess.
Matt.
Not Matt, because Matt doesn't like musicals. But if you like musicals, check out 6.
But no, this musical
You're
does
missing
sound
it.
interesting. I'll say that.
Yeah, it was really fun.
All right, and then also you and I watched a couple things today.
Yeah.
So you can talk about the good one or you can talk about the bad one, but don't tell them which is which.
Okay.
Frame the show. Actually, yeah. Let me ask y'all this. Off the top, what sounds interesting? A show about a woman that works in a casino, or a show about a psychiatrist and the
therapist.
oh, I apologize. A therapist and the interesting clients that he has.
All right, I have one question before I answer. Can you give me the theme of these? Are these comedies or these dramas? Because that would affect my answer.
I cannot do that.
So for me,
I'll go.
go ahead, Matt.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So I was gonna say, like, for me, it would probably be the therapist and all of the clients that they have, because that can be very interesting depending on like how you do the character development. But I can also see it being very terrible because of the character development.
I agree. I don't know if it's comedy or drama, but I can feel like you have a wide range of different, more tools in the toolbox for that storyline. To where I think the casino thing, we've probably seen it before anyway.
All right. So without saying if it's good or bad, why don't you just tell them about one of the shows, Rachel?
So I'm gonna start with Shrinking on Apple TV, which is the one about the therapist and his clients. It's got Jason Segel, Harrison Ford, Jessica Williams. I think those were the big,
Yeah.
recognizable people in that one. And this therapist is kind of going through a hard time. Like, his wife died. He has a daughter to take care of, which he's kind of not doing the best job of. He's still really grieving and not doing well. And he's, trying to do sessions with his clients after kind of a rough night. And he just kind of all of a sudden is like, I'm just going to tell it like it is to this one client because I'm tired of hearing the same thing over and over and over. And I'm just going to let her know what I think, and hopefully she'll take my advice. Which you're not necessarily supposed to do as a therapist.
No,
You're supposed
have
to...
the therapist just give them to them straight. We don't need the therapist.
Yeah, see, cause like I be so goddamn tired of these goddamn riddles my therapist be telling me and shit. I'm like, my guy, I told you this whole story about how we was like getting fucked up in Vegas, and you over here like, all right, so why don't you tell me why that was bad, Chad? Like, no, motherfucker, that's not why you getting this $20 copay.
I mean, as the resident therapist on this line, right? I'm just going to throw out there that it is not our jobs to tell you about your life, right?
Exactly.
Like, it's opposite. Like, that's the point of therapy. It's for you to show up, be completely selfish, and examine your life. Even though we might be able to see 10 steps ahead of you about, like, oh, this ain't gonna work out well. We're just gonna sit here going, all right, let's just lead you maybe to the same conclusion, and hopefully you won't fuck up your life.
Hopefully.
Right. I mean, you're supposed to be a guide, and then people have the autonomy to make their own decisions, and then you just deal with those decisions as they come up. And it's the same way for social workers. We're not supposed to tell clients what to do. We're supposed to like provide them with all of the options, talk through pros and cons, and then they get to decide what they do. I'm not a big fan of the way media portrays therapists in movies and TV shows. So
absolutely.
I was not a fan of this TV show.
Rachel, you were supposed to just tell them
Oh,
broad strokes.
that's right.
About,
And
all
then
right,
they
no,
decide.
shrinking was some bullshit, y'all. It was some fucking bullshit.
I had a
Like-
feeling after that it was some bullshit, but yeah.
Like
But
this
wait, hold on.
man.
Let's
Well,
go back to.
I should
I
say
want to go
that.
back to that. What is you said you don't like how therapists are portrayed, and Fran, you agreed. Can you give me an example? Like, what else you don't like about it?
So here's the therapist tropes, right? So you have the therapist that cares too much, is like super save-a-ho and is doing everything possible and like spoon feeding their people everything. You have like that type of therapist that ultimately gets them fucked up in the end for some reason. You have the therapist that is grimy and not ethical and sleeping with clients.
I mean, but to be fair, friend, it does happen.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, it does.
But then
But-
you never see someone say like this is unethical in the
You
show
don't
or
want
movie.
you as an audience
Yeah.
member. I know that it's bad. You don't need to tell me that it's bad.
No, but still addressing
Some people
it
need
and
to
actually
hear it.
saying that, right? Because unfortunately, in the times that we are in, you will get people who think that therapy is what they have seen in media, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. Therapy is what you make it. And the way sometimes like that we are portrayed can literally be like, oh, this is toxic as fuck. No one's going to want to go see a therapist because this is toxic as fuck. And then on the flip side, you have like things like Criminal Minds, right? Where it's not quite like therapy, but it deals with just mental health in general. Some things deal with mental health. And so people are like, oh, so you just deal with like serial killers and shit. I'm like, no, I deal with somebody who got some anxiety about their
That's funny.
job. Like, it's way different. So you have things like that. I don't know, Rachel, if you have any opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you said, and yeah, I feel the same way. it's already an uphill battle sometimes going to therapy or getting people to therapy. So
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
Some of the stigma's going away these days, though.
Yeah, it's getting better, which is
Yeah.
good, but it
I-
still can get even better.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to COVID. If anything, that has definitely made some people who be like, I need a fucking therapist.
And a
So
divorce attorney.
ooh, shots fired.
So like one issue is he has a client who is a vet, and he has like fits of violence. So he's like, all right, this is how we're gonna get these fits of violence out. I'm gonna take you to a fucking MMA
Like gym
yeah,
training facility.
and like he's just like getting beat up by people, and I'm like, y'all got time to travel on during a session? What's happening here? What's going on here?
Unless that gym was like next door, who got time to travel like that?
Right.
I still thought the worst part was at the end of the episode where literally the therapist and the client go to the therapist's daughter's soccer game together.
Right. They had like maybe 3 sessions total. Right.
Too many boundaries.
So yeah,
France like cannot compute.
what? And this is why therapy and social media is like, oh God, no, you would never do this. But it sounds like this character of this therapist was just so fucking burnt out that he was just like, I'm just gonna try to fix all y'all in one stop shop because I'm tired of hearing all this.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut off my source of income.
Right. So I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to be able to fix people wholly and completely and get myself out of a job. You're doing more harm than good if you just like tell people answers most of the time.
No,
Yeah.
I mean at the end of the day, I get it because it's like people don't want to be told what to do. They want to think that it's their own idea. I get it.
For sure.
But anyway, a good show.
Pokerface is on Peacock, and it has Natasha
Leon
and
from what is that show that we love? Russian Doll.
Mm-hmm.
And also Orange is the New Black, and way back in the day, American Pie.
Yeah. And then Adrian Brody and Benjamin
Brat.
Yes, Brat. Thank you.
Also, that one woman from Orange is the New Black, the thick one. Matt, you know what I'm saying. That thick Latina. From
Oh, who plays the hotel?
I don't even know the fuck her real name, but yeah.
Okay.
And so you said, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, so so in this show, so this maid finds some evidence of something. We don't really see what it is in this high rollers hotel room when she's cleaning up. She snaps a picture of it, tries to show the head of the casino who's kind of taken over from his dad, the family business or whatever. And they decide to take care of it by trying to delete the picture off her phone. And then he sends his, security guy or whoever to go kill her. And he ends up killing her and her husband and making it look like a murder-suicide. And then Natasha's character can kind of tell when someone is lying or tell when something is off, like 100% of the time. She's never been wrong.
Right.
And
no, she doesn't know what the truth is.
Right.
She just knows you did not speak the truth just now.
Yeah. So she can't like tell the future or read minds or anything. She just knows when something's off. And this person was her friend, and she feels like something is off. And so it's her kind of asking all these questions. And in the meantime, they're trying to get her because she used to gamble and do really well at poker and things like that. They're trying to get her to kind of take down the high roller a little bit and make him think that he shouldn't be hosting these like individual game nights or whatever in his hotel room, that he should be playing at the tables downstairs. So there's kind of this whole mission for her to like take him down, that the manager, Adrian Brody's character, is involved in, and the security guy, Benjamin Bratt, knows what's going on. And then they keep trying to focus her on that mission as opposed to her asking questions about her friend's death and, the murder-suicide. And so it's about all of that.
Yeah, so that's just episode 1. So like that's resolved one way or another. And, like, I really do like those scenes with her and Benjamin Bratt, because like he knows where her powers are, and so like she's asking him questions and he's like really thinking about how to answer them so that he's not lying to her. Like she'll be like, yeah, so like you saw my friend that night, what happened? He's like, we're not talking about that right now. Let's focus on this. Not nothing or anything like that, because like he knows he can't fucking lie to her. So like the writing's solid, but like it ends with her having to go on the run. And so like each episode is like her in a different place, solving a different crime and trying to stay one step ahead of the casino people trying to get that ass. Also, it is written and produced, and I think the first episode was directed by Ryan Johnson. So it's going to be a lot of celebrity cameos, and it's going to be fun murder mystery shit.
Yeah, that got me thinking of, I was trying to look it up. Remember the show called Lie to Me?
Did that have, yeah, they had Abomination in it, right?
Yeah, Tim Roth in it. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's where he can look at people's faces and tell if they're lying and things like that. I guess hers is more like an ability than a skill.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess only Rachel knows about this. During the holidays, I saw I got an email from Southwest, and they were like, hey, if you buy a crate of wine for the holidays, we'll give you 2,000 bonus Southwest points. And I was like, yes, I love to travel. I want them points. The case of wine was just $50. And so I bought it, handed it out, for Christmas gifts or with Christmas gifts. It was a good time. Mm-hmm. And so, I look at my credit card statement the other day, and it's like, yes, $200 charge from the wine company. I'm like, what in the fuck just happened here? So like I'm on the website looking, and apparently me buying that holiday wine means I signed up for the subscription.
That's how they got you.
Yeah. Gotcha. So like I called them, and they was like, we'll see if we can stop the wine, because like they were like packaging a new crate to send to my house. And they're like, we'll see if we might not be able to stop that wine from coming. You sure you want to keep? You sure you don't want to keep it? We'll take $10 off the price. I'm like, what the fuck you mean $10? That shit is $200 fucking dollars.
Right.
So it eventually got sorted out. Like it's not on my credit card anymore, but like it took a couple of days to get that straightened out. So moral of the story:
to pass the phone to your mama or something at that point. Yeah, you had to get them a good yelling at.
I need an adult stat. But yeah, so I don't know. It's like always something. Like I don't know. Like you know how like there's those memes that are like we all look at like the same like 2 apps on our phone and shit. Sometimes I branch out and look at my credit card, and I'm like, I just be finding shit like when the Alamo is trying to get this ass, or the fucking wine company. What's next?
Mm-hmm. Gotta read that fine print, man.
Have you ever heard the 3 bad things and then it's done?
The fuck it? What are you trying to do to me?
So, have you had a 3rd thing happen yet?
No, that was the 2nd. That just happened.
Darn. Well, it won't be more than 3 things.
But what about 5, Rachel, or 7?
No, it won't be. It's always 3 and done.
God, I don't want any more.
But you don't want a 3rd one.
I don't know
that doesn't help.
I don't know what. Somebody's gonna skim my credit card at a restaurant. That's what's gonna happen.
possible. But let's hope not. You know what? We're gonna knock on wood right now and say that like that third thing is gonna be something minor. You're gonna just like stub your toe.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah, I was I was really trying to read a book like the last few weeks. It's called Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and I really couldn't get into it.
I've been
So
waiting for this review.
so it's translated from a Japanese book that came out in 2019, and basically it's about a coffee shop in somewhere in Japan where if you go here and you set this specific table and this specific chair, you can travel through time, forward or backwards. It's a lot of rules involved. Like you can't actually get out of the chair, and like you have to have like if you're trying to see somebody specific, like in the past, they had to have been in the coffee shop before because you could only travel to that day that they were there to talk to them. And like you can't change time. So all you can do is just have a conversation with them. But the most fucked up thing is you have until the coffee gets cold, and then like you or either snap back, like you need to finish the coffee before it gets cold, or if you let the coffee get cold, you become like a fucking specter. And like you are to like haunt that space in the coffee shop until like it's the next person's turn. So
Damn.
like the first story was
Right?
kind of interesting. Like a couple, they ended up breaking up in that coffee shop, and so there's like you can't just go into the coffee shop, sit in the seat, and go. You have to wait until like this one specific time each day when the specter leaves and comes back. And so like it's her learning about the rules, and then her going back, like you learning more about her and like who she was with her boyfriend, and like she basically just wants to like be like I don't want to break up. And so it was kind of interesting. And then like the chapter's like super long. So when I got to the second chapter, it was a different story, but in the
So
cafe.
it's not a
Yeah.
continuous thing. It's
So it's like
Yeah.
an anthology, like
Yeah. Yeah.
but a central storyline.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know, like, if they become a specter or if they make it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They no one in book one becomes a specter. Um, so they're all like loosely connected, but I was just like, I don't like this. Like, I was down for one story, but like the second story is kind of interesting. Like this woman's husband is, excuse me, he has Alzheimer's, and so he wants to go in the past to see his wife, but his wife's right there in the present. So it was kind of
Oh,
sad.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's an okay book. It just wasn't for me. Have you guys been? Am I the only one that hates themselves?
wait, Chad. I have a story to tell.
I mean,
Oh
that
wait, did I,
sounds
did I skip you? I'm sorry, I skipped
Yes,
you.
you,
I
yeah.
apologize. I'm
no, it's
sorry.
okay. It's a quick story. Um, the headline was "Dog keeps kicking kids in the river."
What did kids
So
do to that dog?
so what happened was is this dog. This was in Paris, and this dog, uh, like a stray dog, saw a kid drowning in this river. So the dog went down and saved this kid and brought him back, and all the humans were like, "Oh, good job, dog!" And so they gave him this big slab of meat. So then the dog was like, "Oh, if I save this kid, I get a slab of meat." So for 2 days, the dog was by the river. Nobody was drowning. So then on the third day, this dog kicked the kid into the river, went and saved the kid, came back, and they were like, "Oh yeah, good job, dog. You saved another kid. Here's a slab of meat." Why was this motherfucker kicking kids every single day into this river for them to drown, for the dog to save it?
Look, man, he figured out the cheat code to life.
That was positive reinforcement.
Right. So the thing
That
is, like, I went deep into this because I thought this was a great story, and then I looked up. This fucking happened in 1908.
That's hilarious.
I thought it was something recent, but no, 1908. But still a good story. Um, but yes, that is it.
Mhm.
It's
But
funny
just
how
like,
some stories, like, that they, don't transcend time. Like, they have to have taken place now. And some stories you're
mhm,
like, this could be from any time because this is
right,
universal.
and that's where like what now is I always have to do my research if I'm going to say some shit later on because there's a lot of times where I've read something and I'm like, oh, that's crazy, and then later on I found out like that wasn't real or like different details. Like another one I read was like this is recent. This is yesterday where a guy, what they call them, game hunters or whatever,
Okay.
that goes
Wild
out to like
animals.
Africa, yeah, and kill lions. And they were like, yeah, the brother of a lion killed by this guy was he killed the game hunter. And I was like, that's what he gets. I don't care about this. And then as I'm going through reading the
Oh,
comments,
like that
somebody
on-site elephant.
right, yeah. And then as I was reading more information, yeah, that story's not real at all. Somebody just made it up. And I was just like, see, I was gonna believe that these lines are out remembering people and getting their vengeance and stuff like that. But no, the
Here's the thing.
truth ruined a good story.
The
I would
truth
say
ruined a good story.
facts. I would say I would probably always believe that an elephant was on site at any point in time, right?
Oh
But a
yeah,
lion, not so much.
Right, an
yeah.
elephant never forgets. A lion, like, I mean, they might kill their brother and shit, but they keep it moving.
Right. The thing and be
Scar,
prepared
scar.
with
Excuse you, Matt. Excuse you.
Yes. But yeah, you were saying something about hating yourself. Why?
I watched episode 5 and 6 of Velma.
oh my God. You definitely hate yourself. You
I
should really
do.
work on that within therapy.
I'll say this: episode 6 of Velma was solid in that it focused on the two mysteries at hand: the disappearance of Velma's mother, and also who's killing these teenage girls, and less of the meandering bullshit. So they were better than the other ones.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of like the jokes are not like the jokes are not hidden for me at all. It's
Right.
like the whole band thing where it's like, oh, I got a they was at a party and the whole band was there and they were like, where's the pizza at? And they was like, it's on its way. And then like they were like, oh, I have a pill to take with my food, and like they all had to
Me
take a
too. Me
pill with their
too.
food, right? It
Hmm.
was just like,
Yeah. What are we doing here,
yeah,
gang?
right. And then the whole process was gonna be called Scooby, and
Oh my
uh,
fucking god! Yeah, that bullshit. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a joke right now that,
Mindy Kaling.
Mina or whatever, the
Mindy.
Mindy.
writer, Mindy. Yeah. Mindy is, the Tyler Perry for yeah, the South Asians. And like the more and more I hear about the show, the more I'm like, I'm good on that. I don't have to watch this at all. No part of me has to watch this.
I mean,
I'm good.
I would actually push back on that because at
Hmm.
least Tyler Perry is helping black people get jobs.
Oh,
What? I, I mean, I guess was it Never Have I Ever? They had a South
Mm-hmm.
Asian lead in that.
They have a couple.
Okay, well,
so
Yeah,
so
like
I
she
rescind
she
my statement.
the thing is like her trope is you have a South Asian lead who falls for an asshole white guy. So you
yeah.
had that on the Mindy Project. You had that on whatever show you just
Never
named.
Have I
You
Ever.
you had that on the
Secret Life
Office.
of
You have
Secret
like
Life of Sex.
College girls?
Secret
Yeah.
the sex lives of college girls or something like that.
Yeah.
right. So like that's the thing that it is to where every single one is with a white guy who treats them bad, but they still be with them and stuff like that.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
wait, has anyone else seen Never Have I Ever?
Nah, it's only you, Rachel.
Oh, okay. I will say
Well,
it doesn't.
I watched the first season of it.
Oh, okay. Because I don't think that completely happens like it does in the Mindy Project, and I can't speak for some of her other stuff, but
Wait.
um the main character doesn't fall for a white guy who treats her badly.
And Never Have I Ever.
Yeah.
That's
Let
not a
me
white
let
guy.
me
Well,
finish.
I mean,
She don't
these are
fuck with white man.
teenagers, so I would hope they would do something that's a little bit more
I mean,
down to earth.
she kind of has a thing with her. It's like enemies turned friends, but they never really completely get together or anything,
Uh,
and he doesn't treat
I'm
her
sorry.
badly
I've never
either.
seen this. I'm thinking of a different show.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't
I,
think
I'm
that's
look.
exactly true
I'm
for
looking
that
at these
show.
Oh,
people, and I have no idea who none of these people are.
I think I know the show you're talking about, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Hold on. Let me just go straight to her Mindy's thing.
But like in general, I hear you on Mindy Kaling.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but like I am I'm hoping that like once this full series as far as Velma is done, that maybe it might get a little better towards the end or however many other episodes there are. And the people were like, okay, I get the final vision. You could have started with this a little sooner, you know. That's what I'm hoping happens, but we'll see.
So there are, reviewers and stuff that have seen the entire season.
Hmm.
And like I've not seen anything from anybody that says stick with this season. Stick with it. They can't like give spoilers, but at
Hmm.
least like if it's something that like you see the full vision, they'll be like stick with it, guys. I can't give you details, but like it's worth your time. Nobody is saying anything like that.
And it is not disheartening, but it's like, it's already got renewed for a second season and all this other stuff to where it's honestly it's people like me and you, Chad, who are saying we do not like this show, but we are still watching it when it comes out to where I read something yesterday that said that this got higher ratings than The Last of Us. And that's fucking crazy.
Hate watching. I guess I didn't say this on air, but like, especially with animation, that's a little different than like live action because they probably like greenlit it for 20 episodes. And so whether they did bad or not, they already did the episodes. Like how Harley Quinn, the first two seasons came out within months of each other because they worked on those together.
Hmm.
So like they probably worked on 20 episodes of Velma at once. And also, you remember Carlin when he was, I think his first episode, he was working on that show. And then his most recent episode, he said that he's working on season 2 of that show, and it's not even coming out till later this year.
Right, right. So that's probably it. It probably wasn't like green lit because this done so good. All right, but we need to get this out.
Well, but haven't there been shows where they've like filmed the second season and not released them? Like, how do you guys feel about should they release it even if the first season gets bad reviews, or should they just?
I mean, it's still gonna cost them more money to release it because like the promotion.
Oh, okay.
Or they'll do like a one massive dump to like release
Yeah.
it. You have a short period of time to like watch it.
Yeah. I don't know, like it's a lot different now than like back in the day. Well, sorry, not it's still a thing, like with traditional television. Cause like that's the fucking like yeah, we always dance around this fucking topic. Like streaming services make no fucking money. At least with a bad show on traditional television, you're getting ad revenue.
Mhm.
Like
Mm.
your subscription means nothing in the grand. It's a drop in the fucking bucket. So I don't know if I mean we've seen stories about Netflix canceling like complete shows, like they completed the whole first season and they just aren't gonna fucking upload it. So
Yeah, because Netflix CEO said they've never canceled a successful show on
fuck
Netflix.
you. Well,
Yeah.
okay, wait, no,
Right.
successful show, successful show. Yeah, and
What no, but they have.
but
they
no,
have.
here's the thing, Fran. They don't release their metrics. So For all we
Pop,
know, every
right,
show is a failure.
right. So I'm saying it might be popular with us,
Hmm.
but it might not be financially successful for them.
And I don't know, like that's another thing I don't like about streaming. Like they don't have to tell you how many clicks a show gets. And so it's like they could just do whatever the fuck they want to do. But I don't know. Let's talk about some good shit. Last of Us episode 2. Fran, are you on this choo choo train?
I am not, unfortunately.
Fran. Now I do want to say apologize because you live in an Xbox household, so you don't really understand the majestic magic that there is of The Last of Us, the
Hmm.
beauty, the storytelling, the
Hmm.
craftsmanship.
Okay.
You know
Yeah.
what other eclectic words can I say here, Matt?
Um, accurate, accurate. A lot of times when we get movies or TV shows based off games, the director, the writer, whoever always want to throw their own shit in here, make it their own. Where we do not want that. This is sure there's like lines are different, but for like 95% of this is exactly how the game is. And to me, that makes it for me, that makes it even more beautiful. Because as you're going through it, you see the rundown cities and stuff, and like at one point, you see this crane area for people who play the game. Later on, they're gonna be climbing up onto this crane and stuff like that. I just love how accurate it is to the game, and there's nothing so far that's been like, oh, why they throw that in there? That's not part of it. Everything seems to flow with the game into a TV show.
100%, man, 100%. And like it is neat, and I actually do want to hear your thoughts on it since Rachel's not familiar with the game. But it's also really neat to see what they did decide to change. Like the first episode, like when the first half an hour, the lead of the show was the daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to know her, and then you really felt it when everything happened there. Or like in episode 2, instead of the infected coming through like on the show, it was actually humans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like those little changes were just like really interesting to see. So it's like they are changing things, so it's not like copy paste. So it's interesting for somebody that is familiar with the story.
Right. That's just like 90% the same or whatever. Like
Yeah.
going through the water in the hotel, like stuff like that, to where them having that conversation as they waited to unlock the door. The museum part, when they would go through that museum part, I was like, I remember this. I died multiple times in this scene.
Oh, I forgot.
And-
I should have been. I don't take notes when I watch it, but like when they're in that museum and you hear that, I got PTSD. It took me right back to that damn game.
right, and it's that, and like that's what I'm saying. It's so accurate to where like the times where like Joel was the clicker was coming by and he had to reload his gun. I remember the times where I'm trying to hide in the corner, trying to reload my gun and stuff. It's just the way they did, like the way they keep doing it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like storytelling, the visual stuff. Was was what's her name? Little girl.
Ellie.
Ellie. Yeah. Was she a smart ass on the game? I don't remember that part.
Yes.
Okay. Because
Yes.
Chat
I'm like,
remembers.
I'm like, because on the show she was smart ass. I'm like, kind of some of the stuff's familiar, but I just want to make sure that she was
Yes.
yeah.
But that
Okay.
also fuels into her behavior in the sequel. If you get
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So
Right. Right.
yes, it was always there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
So
Rachel,
I'm on this train.
as someone not familiar with the source material, how has this experience been for you, and how does it compare to Walking Dead?
um, yeah, I mean, I think the story's been really compelling and it's been really intense. It does kind of remind me of, especially the second episode of like The Walking Dead meets Children of Men.
I did not like that, but we don't have to talk about that right
Yeah,
now.
I didn't. I mean, Children of Men is not my favorite movie, but like just in what they're trying to do with Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say spoilers. No.
You can.
Oh, okay. Just because in Children of Men they're trying to get like the only pregnant woman in however many years to safety, and they're trying to get Ellie, who has the potential to like lead to a cure, to safety. So that's kind of how it reminded me of Children of Men. But better. Um but yeah, it's not something I want to watch while I'm eating or watch before bed. But otherwise, like the story's been really good. The characters have been pretty solid, and I mean the visuals still seem really good to me too. Even though I don't have anything to compare it to, but yeah, it's been really interesting, and I like some of the little details, like how the fungi, like once they're infected, they have those like feelers underground where like one person over, like 100 feet away will like trigger something, and then it triggers like the infected people, farther away to come over. Like that's really smart of the fungi to do that. And that, I think that makes it like almost even scarier than like the
Yeah.
Walking Dead. Because they go where sound is and stuff like that, or what they can smell, but having like a system where you can like trigger something from so far away and they're coming at you, like that's really scary.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've thought it's been really solid the whole way through.
All right, they just got to maintain this for 8 more weeks.
Yes. We'll see if they do that.
All right, so that leads us to this week's discussion of You People.
You're dating a black girl?
I've never felt so understood by somebody in my entire life.
Whether you like it or not, we kind of go together now.
You're my boo, come on. I'm gonna ask her to marry me.
Do you plan to? Out to her family?
Yeah, I just haven't had the chance to meet them. What's going on? Tell me about life. How are you?
This is your white granddaddy come back to haunt me.
What? Now this is my fault?
So you want to marry my daughter?
Yes, I do.
Well, Ezra, you could try.
All right, so we're going to take this back to the Meteor Man episode. I am going to read to you the movie description in paragraph blocks. Once I'm done with each paragraph, we will discuss what I just read, okay?
Hi.
35-year-old Ezra Cohen and his friend Mo broadcast a podcast that touches upon African American issues. On Yom Kippur, he dutifully goes with his parents and sister to their synagogue, where he is barraged with inappropriate questions and comments from the congregation and his family. He is set up by his parents to go on a date with a young woman from the same synagogue. So right off the gate, we open and Jonah Hill and what's that woman's name? Mo? The comedian, or no, her name's Sam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her real name, sorry.
Well,
They're
her real name, yes. The character name is Mo.
Yes, they're podcasting, and I put this in the group chat, and it's like they're podcasting, and I'm sorry, your audio listeners, YouTube people will understand what I'm doing because they'll see it. They've got the microphones to their sides, right? And make a mental note, Chad. Don't raise up my audio. So they got the microphone like to the side, and they're looking at each other, and the microphone's like over here and shit, and they're like, yeah. So hot topic, this, that, and the other, blah 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 blah. How well can you hear me?
Right, it's low.
Very low.
I'm low right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not talking into the goddamn microphone because it's a fucking podcast. Like I understand if they had like a Yeti mic which is what Matt is using right now. And that kind of mic like picks up like the surrounding sounds. They're using like proper like audio recording, podcast, singing microphones where you speak into it to capture the most amount of audio. And that right there, like that's how we open the movie. I'm like, is this a fuck you already?
Look, I told y'all 3 minutes into the movie, I was like, no, no, no.
You took umbrage about the podcast stuff too.
Yes, it was like some of the stuff that I was saying, and I was just like, no, I already know how this movie is gonna go. I just no. But I digress. It's just
I got a question for you, Rachel.
Yes.
So when they're in synagogue, what were those things on the men's around the men's necks?
They're called talit. Like the things where they have like Hebrew writing around the back, and then they have fringe kind of coming down the side.
Yes.
Yeah, they're called talit or prayer shawls. So you definitely have to wear them for high holiday services, so like Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah. Some guys, like Orthodox Jews, wear them every day.
Okay.
But for some people just wear them during services, and some people wear them just during high holiday services. Some people don't wear them at all. Just kind of depends on your level of commitment to wearing it. But it's symbolic. I don't remember all the symbolism behind it.
Okay.
You have to say a prayer when you put it on, and yeah, it's kind of like the yarmulke or skull cap that people wear. It's traditional Jewish dress, and just something that people wear at services sometimes.
All right. Any other comments before I move on? Meeting Mo later, Israel expresses his frustration at not meeting anyone that he can connect to. Meanwhile, Amira is across town trying to break up with a boyfriend. She, frustrated with her GPS navigation system, pulls up in front of Israel's brokerage firm. Israel climbs into her car, accidentally believing she is his Uber driver.
I mean, the way she went off on him was probably a great part of that movie, because I'd probably do the same thing.
Why was her doors unlocked?
Look, let's not put logic into this.
I mean, that's like most of our complaints.
I realize, but like, you're gonna be saying that a lot throughout this whole movie. So like, let's just cut that off here.
All right, that's fair.
That was like one scene I actually did like, was the car scene.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I just thought like her calling him out was really great, honestly.
So that was my like, God damn it, Kenya Barris. Like, we are like not even. I mean, I know the movie opened with like race talk, but I'm like, that's when I had my fucking my Karen moment where I'm like, why do we always have to talk about race? Why is that always in the conversation? Like, that's how I was feeling during that scene. I'm like, what is happening here? This is supposed to be a meet cute.
That's true.
Fuck are we doing here, movie?
Okay, but this movie is a Guess Who's Coming to Dinner knockoff. So the meet cute was never going to be an actual meet cute. You was gonna have to start like the tone, like in visual settings with the main characters, like had to like kind of start there. And like, if this was actually real life and that happened, baby, you're not about to show me around nowhere. I will figure this shit out. Like, get the fuck out of my car, right? Like, but you just let this strange man that hopped in your car to stay in your car.
And not just that, like, what about the Uber driver that's coming? The real Uber driver.
Right.
Well, she lost out on the bag. That's all I got.
Right.
I don't know.
That's fucked up, man. Amira meets up with her brother Omar and their father Akbar, who's Eddie Murphy, who talks about the gentrification of the juice bar. Hearing that his daughter's dating someone new, he reiterates the importance of him being a Muslim. Despite this, Amira and Israel constantly meet together for dates and meetups, and eventually the two began to live with each other. So I want to know what Eddie Murphy was doing. Like, not like what was he doing in this movie, because Eddie Murphy likes money. But what I'm trying to ask is, like, his character is supposed to be the straight man, and he's just like doing quips and like being Eddie Murphy, but slightly toned down. Like when he was like going off looking around, he's like, look, everybody in here got curly hair. It looks beautiful, except that motherfucker. Like, I got the most nabby hair in here. You don't. Your shit was like flawless the entire movie, sir.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
you was faded
When he
up.
said-
Like,
Right.
what?
When he said that, I was like, what?
No, but he also said another thing. He was like, I'm the darkest person in here. I'm like, the person behind you is darker than you. What are you talking about?
Right. And also, I'm sorry, why are your children biracial?
You see that lame excuse they tried to
Oh
address
my
that?
God. Oh my fucking God. Yeah, they said that Neil Long's grandfather was white.
Yeah.
So that's why the kids fucking biracial. I'm like, fuck you, Kenya Barris. Fuck you.
And the
Fuck
fact
you.
that this is King
Fuck
Barris,
you.
motherfucker, you got biracial kids. What?
Like, I asked this once more. Why couldn't Megan Good get this role?
Yep.
Also, so Lauren London, she broke up with her boyfriend because all he's doing is trying to be a people pleaser. He's trying to adapt himself so that she basically chameleon her, right? Mm-hmm. That's all Israel. That's all Jonah Hill was doing this whole movie. He was doing the very thing she broke up with her black boyfriend about.
Hey,
over.
you remember what I said about that logic?
Okay.
No logic.
6 months later, Isra takes Mirror home to meet his family. His mother, Shelley, embarrassingly fawns all over her, along with his father, Arnold. When Shelley begins to bring up subjects that revolve around the Black Lives Matter movement, Isra steers her out of the room. He lets her know he plans on proposing.
All right. Now, during this scene is a time I did laugh. Is when the dad brought up. He's like, "I like your braids, like Exhibit."
Right.
I did laugh at that part.
I love like when they came back in the room. He's playing Ordinary People on the piano,
Yeah.
and like he made her like sit front and center like this is a goddamn concert.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I feel like Julia Louis-Dreyfus was the only one that knew what the fuck kind of movie this was. Cause like I feel like she was every single scene she was in, she fucking killed it. Like that's just what I feel like. Like I feel like she was the best person in this movie.
I cringed every time she talked.
Oh, absolutely.
Some of the stuff was funny.
Absolutely. I also cringed every time she talked, but like that's actually the point.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I was like, you did your job. You acted this part.
It's an old phrase, but she understood the assignment.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. Kind of random question, but has to do with the movie. It always weirds me out when kids and parents are cursing in front of each other.
Yes.
Like, does that happen in real life? That doesn't usually happen in my family. So when they were doing that, I was just like, this feels uncomfortable to me.
Now
I would never.
Same.
I
Now,
would never.
wait, do you curse in front of your mom, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I was about to make this a racial thing. I was about to be a Kenya Barris, but
No.
nah, I don't do that shit. But like,
I can't blame this. Well, because I'm gonna blame this on the Navy. I didn't curse like that until I got back from the Navy. Now these curse words just be flowing out for no reason.
right.
Okay. But what I'm hearing is all through your youth, adolescent, and things like that, if a curse word slipped out your mouth, he was like, "Oh shit, am I gonna get like
Lance.
my bad?"
That's
my
that's
bad.
part of that's part of the reason why I don't want my mom listening to the show.
Because when I was a kid, we couldn't even say lying.
Oh yeah, you was telling the story. You weren't lying.
There we go. We was telling the story. We couldn't even say lying.
Yeah. Yeah, I would never. In front of Jackie and Joseph? No. They don't play that. They still don't play that. I think I
No,
messed up once, had something to slip out. They went, excuse me. I said, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm a whole 34 years old. No.
no, like I sent a clip of the show to my mom last week. It was that clip where Dana was talking about going to Black Friday with me and my mom. And like I was cursing all through that clip. She got a very highly edited version of that when I texted to her. I'm not trying to hear it, all right? I'm 36 years old, but you know, she'll tell me herself I'm not too old for a whooping.
That part.
All right. Showing Mo the ring, she points out that it's small, and Israel says he plans to say it's a ring used by his family during the Holocaust. She suggests he meets Amira's parents before proposing. He chooses a small place in their neighborhood. A small place? They went to fucking Roscoe's. What is this analysis? Akbar is increasingly disapproving of him. Even so, Israel tells them he wants to marry Amira. Arriving home, Amira reveals that her mother called out her father's behavior during the dinner meeting. When she sees the ring bag, she tells him to go ahead. She accepts the proposal happily. I thought that, and I'm sorry if this is offensive, I thought that shit was so fucking funny when Mo was like, tell her it's a Holocaust ring, get yourself a little satchel and dirty it up. I was cracking the fuck up.
Oh my God. I hated that part. I don't think that should be used as an excuse.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But that being said,
yeah, Chad.
If you don't lie,
Matt, you're cracking up too. Don't even talk.
No, you can't fucking fact check that shit. It's a Holocaust ring, all right? Look. My grandma was 3 years old when she got this Holocaust ring. Cause I was like, hold up.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was funny when he joked about it later on, but when they were being kind of more serious about it, I was like, please don't use the Holocaust as an excuse. Like, no, please don't.
Yeah, I mean that's the same thing about like me saying something about like slavery to a group of people. They can be like, "Yeah, so we shall take your word at that." Like, we ain't about to hit that. Like
that sounds right to me.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got our introduction of Nia Long in the movie. Don't worry, she's not here that long.
Yeah. Not at all.
Yep.
Not at all.
I mean, she had some of the best face. Like some of her facial features, I was chuckling at her face. Like if she was when she was on screen, I was just like, I know that face. I know what's going on here. It was a whole, this bitch.
Ezra finally decides to quit his brokerage firm, so Amira helps him rehearse his dialogue. He is very inarticulate, but manages to successfully leave the firm. The couple invites the two sets of parents over to discuss the wedding plans. They unsurprisingly clash. Like, what was that dinner scene?
Well, first of all, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So this was probably the one scene I chuckled at, and it was purely because she said, "Go get my purse." I got my slavery receipt. I was like,
slavery receipt.
That was a funny line. That was like probably one of the few things I chuckled at. Because one, that's some stuff that my mom would do. Be like, yeah, go get my purse. Like, I got this receipt. Hold on. What? But like, yeah, other than that.
Yeah, it's like, also like the people pleasing thing when he was all like, oh yeah, Farrakhan, the GOAT. And like Eddie Murphy, everybody was like, "What you mean, Farrakhan? You Jewish, right? Like, what are you talking about, sir?" Mm-hmm. I'm like, stop people pleasing. This is why she broke up with her last boyfriend.
Yeah. So
right.
But people pleasing to her parents is different than people pleasing to her, I think.
Yeah.
It's still gross.
Okay, but like on the one hand, I can see like you having one big group dinner with your parents and you're trying to like see how families mesh, and you already know there's gonna be some stuff on both ends, so that shit can be awkward. You're just trying to keep the peace. Like I can get that sentiment. I think the overarching problem with this movie is if they would have just communicated with their parents and with each other's parents sooner, a lot of stuff wanted to happen. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
jumping ahead.
I thought that the two of them should have talked about wedding stuff before they got their parents involved. Like,
Yeah.
why weren't they on the same page with some of this planning stuff before they got their parents involved? Like, it's their wedding and they're acting like they didn't even talk about it.
They were just like going with the flow and not standing up for themselves and not doing anything. And so it was just like it was just super frustrating to continuously keep watching.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Yeah. Also, I feel like this is a fine enough moment to bring this up about how I do feel like Jonah Hill and Lauren London had good chemistry, but they did not have romantic chemistry. Like, they kissed like maybe 2 times in the movie, and every time there was a scene where they should kiss, they hugged. And I'm sorry, but like, if your 2 leads in a romantic comedy, if one or two or both parties aren't comfortable kissing, they should not have this job.
Right.
I was going to ask you all about that because I felt like they weren't believable as a couple either. Like, they had a good rapport going, but I didn't totally believe them as a romantic couple. And
No, I couldn't see it.
yeah,
I could definitely see them as real good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like if they had the podcast together.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. I really could see them as friends, but like as far as like you said, romantic chemistry, no. Their chemistry together when it comes to like the comedy aspects of this, and I say comedy in whole type air fucking quotes because it's not a good comedy. But from that standpoint, when you're thinking about like them trying to like go off of each other and each other's moves, yeah, they had great chemistry, but it's just, you know, the overall writing.
Yeah.
Of this.
Ezra and his friends have a bachelor party in Vegas, and Amira and her friends have a bachelorette party. Akbar joins the boys, and after a huge night of partying at strip clubs, Ezra regains his memory of committing obscene acts he did not remember at all at first. Akbar calls him out on this. The obscene acts are he was doing so much cocaine that he shit himself. Meanwhile, Amira has similar results on the outcome, with Shelly saying racist remark in a gang of hangman and accidentally rips off a girl's wig. So I want to roll back. Like, I thought it was kind of funny, and I was like, I've kind of been in a situation like this myself, where Amira and Julia Louis-Dreyfus were at that spa together, and the one was on the phone. And then she just waved somebody in. She's like, "Nah, that shit was racist as fuck." And Amira's like, "What are you talking about?" And then she like tried to make a thing out of it. Like, I've been in that situation. I get it. You're trying to. I get it. But so on their way to Vegas, like they made a point, because I'm sure Southwest gave them a lot of money. If they're on a Southwest flight, and so Eddie Murphy sits next to Jonah Hill, and he's talking to him. And then Kenya Barris and his director cameo was like, "Get out my seat." And I'm like, this is a Southwest flight. It's the Greyhound of the sky. It's first come, first serve. What the fuck you mean get out my seat?
There's no assigned seating.
Right. What is this? What is happening here?
We are literally one step up from Spirit at this point. I don't know.
Correct. But no, I thought that hangman scene was funny, because I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. You did it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I would say even the scene where she is meeting all of like her girlfriends and stuff like that. Again, that's some shit some of my friends would do. Be like, "Who is this white woman?"
Right, why are you talking to us?
Wait, before we say something crazy, who are you? What's going on?
Oh, also something that wasn't in this. When they had the I forget what it's called in the Muslim religion, like the Muslim priest, and then the Imam, yes, thank you, and the
Rabbi.
Thank you. Together, when dude was like that, I think the theme should be Tron. I 100% think that was ad libbed because like they're like the way they were playing off it, especially the rabbi when she was like asking she awkwardly asked a follow-up question like to keep the bit going. I was like, this was not in the fucking script, and like y'all having fun on set. And I'm like, I'm here for it. I'm fucking here for it.
Wait, were they? I thought they were friends of the family.
Well, they were
I
the
didn't
party
realize
planners.
they
They were
were.
two separate party
Yeah,
planners.
the party
the
planners.
rabbi and
No, yeah, but they were both there because like we're both gonna officiate this wedding. I thought that was
no, like I think what we're correcting is those weren't the officiants. Those were two separate party planners. One from one family, one
I
from the
see.
other family.
I thought she was at the very beginning during Yom Kippur.
Look,
Like
okay,
man.
man.
Okay. I just wanted to highlight that I'm like 98% sure he was ad-libbing, and I was here for that. Cause like I love how like Neil was like, no, I am not gonna fucking contribute to what you're doing right now. And Eddie Murphy is like, no, I'm keeping this shit going.
He's like, yeah, I want a red one, and he was like, oh, okay, so the red one's out.
Right.
All right, two more paragraphs. The dinner comes and the truth comes out between the two parents that they do not approve of their marriage. Both Ezra and Amira separately call them out on their consistent rude behavior, and both break up after not knowing what else to do. So, Julia Louis-Dreyfus does approve of the marriage. She wants that fucking racial clout. She wants that biracial grandbaby and shit. It's just like in that episode of Seinfeld where the dentist, he kept converting to the different religions so that he could say the jokes and shit. He's like, I can make that joke. I used to be Catholic.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I think that the problem being is that yes, she approved of the marriage, but she didn't, like Lauren London has said, she didn't actually treat her as like a person,
Right.
just as her skin color. And that was the main issue that had to be pointed out. Again, this whole scene, like this is the third act breakup scene, right? Like this whole, all this stuff, just like with any other romantic comedy or whatever, all this shit could have been dealt with.
One conversation. Well, actually, since this is racially, it's a series of conversations.
Yeah, a series of conversations before the rehearsal dinner probably would have.
Also, I feel like that's tacky as shit. Like you almost at the finish line and you're about to break up.
Yep.
You breaking up.
And
you
that's
breaking
where,
up.
like, I know we shared this multiple times, but there's no logic in that. Like, I've dated white women before, but like, if I was going to get married to somebody, and we'll say, for example, my mother didn't like it or whatever, right? If I was really in love with this person and everything, I would still marry this person.
Right.
I wouldn't be like, well, shit, our parents don't get along, so I guess that's it for us.
Well, there was more to it than just the parent stuff, though. It was like the actual race thing of it. And I'll say this. Not everybody is equipped for an interracial relationship. Not everybody has the stomach for it because it's not like dating somebody in your same race.
Right. Because I dated a white woman.
You're married to an Asian woman. Right.
Well, no, but that's.
I do agree. That's different. I agree.
Right. Right. Because her, like, they knew we were dating, but then we talked about getting married in the future, right?
You talking about your current wife or this white woman?
This white woman.
Okay.
And she told her parents, and then of course they did. Racist white people said the stuff about they didn't want her marrying a black person and things like that too. But like if we would have done it and stayed together, it wouldn't be like. I believe that if I loved her and everything else like that, I would have stayed with her.
You're saying you didn't love her?
At the time, I did, but then she cheated on me and things like that, so it worked out for the best.
Oh, that's that one woman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We will move on. 3 months later, Ezra at one point gives a meaningful speech on his podcast, making a point that how two different people can never truly understand each other as people, no matter how hard they try. Yeah, sorry, I read that weird. Shelly and Akbar hear this podcast and set up a plan. Shelly brings Ezra and Akbar brings Amira to a big building and separately apologize for their actions. It's not a big building. Like, they had their first date there, or a date there. They had a date there. It's that shoe store. Culture. Is that a real place?
I don't know.
Okay. Ezra and Amira accept their apologies and they usher them into the building where their wedding is, with everyone and the minister waiting. Ezra and Amira marry and everyone dances. So,
I thought it was the two religious leaders.
I don't. We're at the finish line here, right? We don't give a shit. When is it ever a good idea to do a surprise wedding?
Let's
When
just
it's
talk
for
about
TV.
time frame. Right. That part.
Time frame.
But let's just talk about timing real quick a little bit, right? Like, I know I'm going to do what I said not to do and put logic into this, but y'all met, you started dating. 6 months later, he's meeting your parents and wanting to ask you to marry you. So that means that you've been dating for 6, maybe 7 months, right? By the time you asked her to marry you, 6, 7 months. Okay, to each his own. We'll give you that. We'll give you that little leeway. So then you're planning this wedding. And for all intents and purposes, this is probably at least another few months, because it seems like they wanted to go ahead and get married quickly. That was my impression of this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. So maybe a year total. Now, I don't know about any other state, but when you get your marriage license, you have a time frame to get married with that marriage license, right? So how long was y'all broken up? Because he had moved
3
completely
months.
out of their place, right? Like,
Yeah.
Maybe they
each of
didn't
them
get
was
a
in there.
marriage license.
Well, I mean, the officiants were there. I mean, because I guess we were all present when we got ours. Can somebody else get it on your behalf? I guess not. Oh wait, like, does like an officiant like have some blank ones and they fill it out and then you take it to the courthouse? Like,
Nah, man. 'Cause the
Spiritually, but
because the
not
courthouse-
legally.
It's a legal document. Like, the courthouse is literally gonna be like, no, you got to fill out a whole application for this.
But I mean, movies do that all the time where it doesn't, like, getting married drunk while in Vegas would not hold up in court. So
whoa,
they do that.
I'm sorry. Do you not remember Britney Spears' first husband, Jason Alexander?
Well, I don't know the exact circumstances of that, but
They got married in Vegas.
yeah, but if you're drunk, like, that's under the influence of something, like, that's not going to uphold in court.
Yeah, that's true. Anything that you sign while intoxicated is not valid. I.e., for example, if somebody gets arrested for whatever reason and they're drunk, they will wait till you sober up. They'll take your blood alcohol level, wait till you sober up legally before you sign the paperwork or whatever, because you can't, if you're intoxicated and inebriated, you're not legally that's what I'm looking for, to sign stuff and be held accountable.
Right.
Like, you can't give proper consent or whatever. You're not in the right mindset.
But going back to when he did his podcast, and Chad, he said something about two people would never understand their culture. What do you think about that?
I get it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's everyone's perspective, right? And it's like, I can be told your perspective all day long, but I haven't had your lived perspective. And like, just because you tell me that, sometimes when I go into the store, they follow me or whatever, you can empathize with how that feels, but you don't truly know how I am taking that.
Right. And I agree with that. I was like, even if when you're dealing with race, culture, even location, like, you can marry, you're from St. Louis, you can marry still a black woman, but we'll say she's from the South. You're still going to have different cultures, different opinions. Yeah. So he said that you'll never fully understand somebody's culture, which I agree. you will never fully understand, but all you can do will to be to learn and to uh, learn from that culture. Like
Right.
no matter what, like I could spend 50 years in Japan, learn Japanese, work out there, but I will never be able to understand the feelings and everything to goes with it. And
Mm-hmm.
that branches off to another thing to where once I got done with this, and I was like, asked my wife, what did she think about it? She loved this movie. And I believe she loves this movie is because she does not know the culture or the history and the culture of black and white relations.
Mm.
Where she does not take it like it's not at face value, if that makes sense. Like for example, if um if you see a guy like we'll see a white guy walking down the street wearing like a kimono or something like that, like people are like, oh, that's racist, right?
Yeah.
But then that same person can go to like Chinatown or whatever and ask a Chinese person or whatever, is this racist? And they'll be like, no, I like people embracing their culture. But the thing is, they don't have the identity of, hey, I'm about to a white person wearing a do rag and be like, oh, they're doing black culture, but where they don't know where they're going to take and be like, I created this shit. I made this up. We see that a lot of times with white women and
Twerking.
black women. Yeah. So it's not just, oh, they're taking our culture and because they love it so much, they're taking it and like, I did this or we did this
and
and
profiting.
profiting of it. Right.
The
And
same
that's what it
shit that
is.
we would
Are
get like
oppressed for.
we get shat on for,
Yeah.
get called ghetto or worse. They're doing it, and it's like the where do you get these trends from? Like you're just
Right.
you're just a goddamn trendsetter.
So
Right.
I think that like Jonah Hill's character was
A culture vulture.
yes, but he was basically cosplaying blackness to an
Mhm.
extent, right?
Mhm.
And then you had very little development when it came to Lauren London's character, Lauren London's character, as far as like who she was as a person. Besides, she just wants somebody to be real with her. Like it was just very little development on her end, right? If they would have took the time to really develop their characters, it like both of them individually, and they could have gotten into discussions and points about allyship versus co-conspiratorship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what that means and how that is different. Like this movie was a good movie for allies, right? And there's nothing wrong with allies, but sometimes you
That's
need co-conspirators. I need
that
somebody who's
is,
gonna be right there, about to get arrested with me. I need somebody
but
right there
but
telling
that's
the
that's
police to fuck off. Like,
That's Kenya's shtick though.
yeah,
He makes content about race for non-black people.
yeah.
And
Starring
it was
black
just
people.
like
Oh, I'm sorry, starring
everything that you
biracial
just said,
people.
everything that Fran just said is so true to where like I it was just beating down race to where you can do a movie like this about race, but you don't have to beat a dead horse on this. We get it, two different sides of a coin, but it's like every fucking scene is some shit about race. It's some shit about race. It's like we get it. We get it. We can there was no progression, like you said, with the characters. They didn't change. They didn't do nothing. But it's just like, come on, we get it. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like they could have made this a lot better, especially when you're talking about it is two separate marginalized communities, right? This is two separate marginalized communities. One is white passing in America, essentially to an extent, especially now, right? And the other Muslim and black presenting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could have made this very good and dynamic in talking about like how each family as can represent basically these groups and how these groups have basically progressed through the years in America and the differences and how things could be different if it was like the other side, right? You could actually really have those conversations, and the closest we got to it was go grab my purse. I got the slave receipts, right? Like
Right.
that's the closest we got to it.
Also, like I learned this morning. Lauren London is Jewish. Like the things you could have did with a fucking black Jewish woman in this kind of movie.
Right.
But what
Yeah.
the fuck are we doing here, guys?
It's like you reach for all, like he reached for all the low hanging fruit of
Yes.
racism. Hey, black people slavery, white Jewish people Holocaust. Let's go with, oh, he can't say the N word. He likes black music. Like you reach for, you was like, what's all these stereotypes? What's all this racist stuff? I'm about to cover all of them.
Mm-hmm. Lowest common denominator.
Yes.
What do y'all think the Rotten Tomatoes is on this piece of shit?
Mm.
I'm gonna go with a 65 because I did see some people say they liked it, so I'm gonna go to 65.
I'm gonna go with 45.
I'm gonna go with 50. I think it's like halfway.
Fran hit it right on the nose with 45 and 77 reviews. It has an audience score of 47%.
Right. Well, good. At least people have common sense.
So here's what I'll say. The one thing that I will say I truly enjoyed about this movie is so many people in Black Hollywood getting that check.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of people who are like Black Hollywood famous. I was like, oh, you in this too? You got a glow cameo too? Oh, you got a check.
But they were just fucking Kenya Barris fucking players though.
I get that.
And like that's indicative of the fucking problem though. They are fucking aiding in this bullshit. True. And they're high yellow.
Well, I mean, like, let's see, you had Deion Cole, not high yellow. I mean, you had Kim Whitley, who is high yellow, but like, she been working.
You got Mike
Anthony
Epps.
Anderson.
Yep.
Anthony Anderson, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that was like literally the highlight of this movie for me was literally just looking in the background for characters. Like I was like, oh, okay, little cameo. You had one day of
yeah
of filming, said your lines, collected your check, it was out. I love it for you.
Why was Mike Epps in this fucking movie? Besides a check.
To probably help riff with Eddie Murphy. That's it.
Oh yeah, they did have some scenes. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh yeah, like the whole car scene and the bar scene. Well, the more I'm thinking about it, like the whole bachelor party, go back to that. I wish there was more shenanigans.
Yeah.
Because really, they just went to that bar or that club, talked about something that happened from the past, and that was it. There was no actual shenanigans there for Jonah Hill to get into,
right?
Or even Eddie Murphy.
We really need to be the fucking horse that the coke dealer. You're a coke dealer. You gave me his phone number. You're Facebook friends with him. He's right here. He's handing you coke. He's your best friend. Isn't this your coke dealer? Here's a fucking here's the holiday card that you sent him. It's like, what? Why are we fucking? Yes, he likes to do a little coke in Vegas. Don't we all?
Right.
No, but yeah.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear.
That's what you do when you get there. No, like I do. Like, and also it's like that's your fucking ace in the hole. He's done cocaine sometime in the past. Eddie Murphy, like, he probably told Lauren London that. They probably done coke together.
We know because
it went right, because it went back to that where he was in a car with Mike Epps, and he told him, he's like, that's what it is. He's done coke. He could have brought up anything else that he wanted, but that's the one he leaned on.
Right. All right, trivia. Anthony Anderson had a brief appearance as a barber in this movie. What other movie was he in that starred Eddie Murphy? A. Life. B. Daddy Daycare. C. Coming to America 2. And D. The Nutty Professor 2.
Life.
I'll go with Daddy Daycare.
No, it's Life. You should have went with the crowd on that one.
I should have, but I was gonna switch it up just in case.
Should have conga lined with the two black people. I also am not used to seeing Eddie Murphy in a barbershop where he's not playing every fucking person in said
Yeah.
barbershop.
Yeah.
But
And the other thing is, like, I haven't seen this Eddie Murphy in a long time. I miss this Eddie Murphy. Cursing
what
Eddie
Murphy's-
Murphy.
Oh.
You didn't see Dolo Mind is My Name?
But that was years ago, though.
That's cursing
That's what I'm
Eddie Murphy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I like this Eddie Murphy. That's what I'm saying. He needs to start doing.
This
less
movie was
kiddie
terrible.
stuff.
He needs to do less of this. And
He
he
can do more of this. He just needs a different director.
And a better script.
Less of
Yes.
this content, more of stuff in general.
I'm feeling very not. I'm not feeling confident about Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Probably not, because all that, when you get to that, it's not going to be the same. What was it? That was in 90s, 80s?
The third
whatever.
one was in the 90s. Then he had two in the 80s.
Right. It's not going to hit like that anymore. The stuff you could do back then. I mean, I don't know who's directing or got the script, but just don't make it bad. It don't have to be great.
No,
Just don't make it
you
bad.
You want me to tell you why it's gonna be bad?
Why?
It's a Netflix original.
That's not it.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So
That's not a good omen.
It is. Yeah, it's not a good sign. All right, so this was a very long one. I'm not sure how much of this I'm gonna cut, but I did say a lot of stuff that I can't actually let be in the general public. So I got more work ahead of me. But it was a fun conversation. I genuinely appreciate you, Fran and Rachel. I want to say congratulations to you once more, Rachel. I want to say congratulations to you once more, Fran.
Thank you.
It's going to be a journey, but at no point did I say it wasn't going to be worthwhile. I love my daughter more than anything in this world, and I know that you're a solid human. I never met your husband, but I'm gonna assume since you chose him, he's a solid human too.
Yeah,
and you guys are, and you guys are going to just kick ass at this.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm anxiously awaiting August when I'm due. So
Do you know the exact day?
August 18th.
Does that mean anything to us? Anybody's birthday there? No. Okay. But all right. Thank you. Also, thank you guys so much for watching this piece of shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Please rate, like, and review our podcast on your platform of choice. If you have any feedback, please email us at weusedtotalkpod@gmail.com. Like our Facebook page, We Used to Talk About This at Work, and follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at We Used to Talk Pod. Follow me on Letterboxd at BOW1213 and Matt at Mr. King 0257. Come back next week when we discuss Banshees of the
Sharon?
Sure. Banshees of the Ed Sheeran.
That's the one.
Right.
And like always, I don't know if this is a good episode. I don't know if it was a bad episode. But whatever you think about it, talk about it at work. Thank you for listening.